In this specific video series, I'm going to talk about how to build your niche email list by using WordPress blogs. This is video number 1, the introduction to niche list building. What I want to do now is just give you a quick overview of what we're going to be talking about. Videos overview is the first thing. Second thing, I want to get you in the right mindset before you actually start implementing this system. I'm going to talk about the general strategy so you know how everything works and what you need to get started. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to talk about the videos as a whole so you understand the system. This is video number 1. In video number 2, I'm basically going to go over how you can target the right keywords that will attract the right buyers. So you want to make sure that whatever WordPress blog you set it up correctly. And in order to do that, you need to have the right keywords. And what I mean by that is you need to target the right people. If somebody's typing in, let's say, for example, buy guns, then that might be too general. But if somebody is saying something like buy a specific like deer hunting rifle gun, then maybe that's more specific. So what I want you to try to get in the mindset of the more specific your WordPress blog, the better. The more targeted the type of person you attract, and the easier it is to sell them something down the road. Third, we're going to figure out products to sell. Whether you have actual products that you want to sell, or we're going to find products that you can actually sell. So I want to make sure that you have as many avenues as possible. So once you've built a list, you can monetize it as much as possible. Then we're going to talk about how to set up your website, the basics. Then from that point, setting up your WordPress website and installing it. And we're going to give you a quick overview on how to get your WordPress site set up. Then in video number 6, we're going to talk about writing content and getting traffic. You see, if you write good content and very specific content, for example, like the example that I talked about earlier, writing content on guns in general or writing content on specific rifles that appeal to specific niches. The more specific, the better. And I'm going to show you how to write content the right way. That not only is it user friendly, but it's also search engine friendly as well. Video number 7, I'm going to talk about how to set up your site to begin accepting leads to build your list. So in other words, how to set up your autoresponder. Number 8, how to monetize your list. Once you get people on your list, what do you do next? And number 9, how to generate traffic, how to get your WordPress blog ranked on search engines, but also how to get traffic to your site. Now let's talk about the mindset. Mindset is very important. Before you begin to jump into the system and implement it, you need to be in the right mindset. Otherwise, implementing it may be more difficult. When you implement it, you may not have as much success. So I want to make sure that your mindset is correct. The question is, and big debate goes on, profitable products, what should you go after? Should you go after profitable products that you're passionate about? Or should you go after profitable products that you're not passionate about at all? First, I want you to ask you a question. Why do people quit? If you understand why people quit, then you'll understand what kind of products you should go after. So why do people quit? People quit because they're not passionate about a specific product. Now, that doesn't always mean that because you're not passionate, you shouldn't promote it. That's merely up to you. My goal here is simply to show you why people quit and how to get around that. When do people quit? People quit usually 75% into setting up the WordPress site, getting the products, and when they're about to launch. And what gets you to finish whatever you've started? Well, being passionate about it is one. So obviously being passionate about the products that you promote is definitely important to get you through that 75% failure. And money is not always the driving force. But let's say, for example, you want to promote a product that you're not necessarily passionate about yourself. The way to get around that is to find somebody that you really care about, whether it's a friend, a family member, somebody who's close to you, or somebody that you know that is passionate about it, that either has a problem and needs the solution. So if you can find and think about somebody who you care about, that brings that passion in. So let's say, for example, cure UTIs. That's a common women problem that women have. So you, as a man, you may not be necessarily passionate about it, but maybe you have a girlfriend or a mom or whatever who has it, and you really want to help them cure that. So you create a WordPress blog about that. That's fine. Because you figured out the passion in there, that gives you the drive to really, really actually promote the product and be passionate about it and complete it. Or something related to health or self-improvement. Maybe you've got a friend who's going through depression or some sort of thing that they need to get out of. That gives you passion to actually, set up the WordPress blog, help them out, and you feel like that can be a solution. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of people go into products, begin to promote a product, begin to set up a WordPress site, and midway or 75% in, they think, wait, this really stinks. I have no passion whatsoever. I'm going to move on to the next thing. So I want to make sure that you succeed, but I want to make sure you get through this so you understand how to complete whatever you set up and whatever you start and get it completed. So the general strategy is this. Step number one, find a passion or find somebody who needs a solution so you can become passionate about it. Step number two, make sure that you can monetize it. Step number three, build a WordPress blog. Step number four, build a list. And step number five, drive traffic and begin to monetize the list. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need to have a keyword tool, a domain name, web hosting, a product to monetize, WordPress, an autoresponder, some money, and that's it. I'm going to try to keep it on a budget level so you don't have to invest too much money, but there will be certain things that do cost money, but I'll show you the best of my ability how you can keep that budget low. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2 and talk about how to find the right keywords so you can attract the right specific niche and target market.